In this world, time is not just a resource, it is the only currency that no one can earn more of. The rich are not given more hours than the poor. They simply know how to multiply the value of every second they live. Every decision about time silently shapes the map of your destiny. If you find yourself busy but not moving forward, if you work hard but never break through limits, the problem is not your effort, but your strategy in using time. This is the journey to unveil the truth, erase illusions, and hand you the ultimate key to mastering your future. Time will either become your greatest asset or your silent downfall. The choice is yours. Now let's embark on the journey to transform every minute into an asset and build a brilliant destiny with the time you hold. The fundamental mindset, time as an asset. Time is not something that simply passes by meaninglessly. It is the most valuable unit of asset in human life. Every moment that passes is a depletion of an irreplaceable resource. If money represents tangible value, then time represents absolute, non-reproducible worth. Those who understand the value of time use it the way investors manage capital. No one is poor in time, only in how they waste it. It all begins with awareness. You must start valuing every minute you are alive. Every breath you take is a transaction with your future wealth. The mindset of wealth does not begin with the wallet, but with the daily schedule. Successful people do not earn more money by working longer hours. They make every hour more valuable. Every minute is an investment, either to yield a return or to drain you. If your time flows away without creating value, it is a loss that can never be reversed. The first step toward real wealth is to deeply understand. Time is the lifeblood that nurtures lasting prosperity. Protect it with the same ferocity as you would your greatest treasure. If every person has 24 hours a day, why do some build fortunes while others struggle for pennies? The answer lies in the different values generated per unit of time. Failures consume time. Winners produce value through time. The divide between heights of success and depths of despair does not come from working more hours, but from creating more value in each hour. Time is the most abundant yet most recklessly wasted resource on Earth. Those who understand this principle early hold the keys to extraordinary achievement. Time is like a one-time deposit account in life. You cannot replenish it. You can only spend it wisely or squander it foolishly. Those who gamble with their time lose their lives to randomness. Those who invest it strategically harvest exponential rewards. See every day as an opportunity, every hour as a tool, every minute as a building block for your personal empire. Time is not simply passing, it is either constructing your legacy or eroding your potential. Handle it with the respect it demands. Most people realize the value of time only when it has slipped through their fingers. It is like selling a diamond for the price of a handful of coins. You are living, but you are simultaneously depleting the greatest treasure you have. Those who understand the true worth of time constantly ask, "What am I doing this hour? What value am I creating for my future?" If you cannot answer firmly, you are throwing away your most precious asset without even noticing it. Time is unforgiving to everyone. The rich, the poor, the wise, and the foolish are all granted the same 24 hours. The only real difference lies in how each chooses to use them. Every decision today creates the outcome of tomorrow. Every small action is a step toward victory or a slip toward failure. If you want to change your destiny, you must start by changing how you value and manage your time. There is no shortcut, no mercy, only cause and consequence as time marches on relentlessly. You cannot negotiate for more time, you cannot borrow it, you cannot stockpile it, but you can optimize how you use it. The question is not how much time you have, but how much value you extract from the same 24 hours given to everyone. The wealthy are not gifted more time, they simply use it better. When you begin treating every second as a working investment, you start operating with the mindset of a leader instead of a mere laborer. Each morning when you wake up, you are not just opening your eyes to a new day, you are beginning to spend a portion of your remaining time treasury. Ask yourself, what am I investing my hours in today? Will it enhance my worth or merely deplete it? The journey of mastering your greatest life asset starts with this daily question. When you begin honoring each minute as sacred, Life will reward you with achievements that match your respect for time. Your destiny depends on it. The vicious cycle of selling time. Cheap and enduring poverty. In the whirlwind of modern life, many people are trapped in the vicious cycle of selling their time cheaply for meager earnings. They work tirelessly from dawn until night, exchanging their hours for just enough income to survive. They believe hard work alone will lead to wealth. But the raw truth is, no amount of hard work will make you rich if you treat time merely as a tool for transaction. Poverty stems not from a lack of effort, but from the fundamental mismanagement of how time is consumed and devalued daily. They sell their labor hour by hour, day by day, believing it is the only way to earn a living. Yet the danger lies in the unseen erosion. Each hour sold wears down not only physical strength, but also the future potential they could have built. While the wealthy seek to elevate the value of each hour, these individuals only work harder. In the end, they exhaust themselves yet remain stagnant. Time slips away, youth fades, energy depletes, and what remains is a hollow existence chasing after survival, not prosperity. The trap tightens further when unchecked spending enters the scene. They toil all month, but their income quickly vanishes into basic expenses: rent, bills, consumption, debts. When shortfalls arise, they work even longer hours to compensate. Thus, the cycle repeats endlessly: work, spend, lack, work more. This endless loop keeps them from ever looking upward to see the vast sky of opportunities. They are imprisoned in an invisible cage, mistaking relentless labor for genuine progress, all the while selling away their most precious asset, time. The cruel irony is that the busier they get, the more convinced they are that they are advancing. But in truth, they are simply running faster on a stationary treadmill. Labor without strategy only cheapens the worth of their time. Their golden years are drained away, and they build no real foundation for a future of freedom. Those trapped in this cycle live under the illusion of effort, but in reality, they are slowly sinking into a quicksand of unchanging poverty, masked by their daily busyness. Successful individuals understand, selling time should only be a stepping stone, not a lifelong method. Every working hour must translate into new skills, valuable relationships, or a foundation for future breakthroughs. Meanwhile, those in the poverty cycle focus only on trading time for immediate cash, with no thought of investing for tomorrow. The real difference lies not in how many hours you work, but in how you leverage today's time to multiply future value. This is the core distinction between enduring stagnation and rising to prosperity. The vicious cycle of poverty also devours dreams and creativity. When your mind is perpetually occupied with survival worries, there is no room left for grand visions. Time is entirely consumed by the grind of daily life, leaving no mental space to plan strategically or innovate. A person who constantly sells their time cheaply gradually loses the ability to imagine a better future. Eventually, resignation sets in, and they accept their fate as if it were inevitable, sealing the door to any meaningful change. To escape this cycle, the first step is changing your view of time itself. Stop seeing time as something to be consumed for instant cash. Start seeing every hour as an investment in your capacity, network, or long-term asset creation. If you cannot increase the value extracted from every working hour, you will forever have to work harder than others just to survive. Correct thinking about time is the indispensable foundation for breaking free from the shackles of poverty and stepping into a new era of growth. Pause and ask yourself today, am I using my time to multiply my value or merely trading it away for short-term money? If the answer leans towards selling it cheap, change course immediately. Time is the only finite asset that cannot be repurchased at any price. Do not let your precious years drift away in sweet-tasting wastefulness. The way you choose to spend your time today is ultimately the decision that will define whether your future is one of freedom and abundance, or endless struggle and regret. The secret to multiplying time: turning 1 hour into 1,000 units of value. If you only sell your time once to a single person, you are shackling yourself to income limits. The old mindset says, you only eat if you work. But the mindset of multiplying time says, 1 hour of effort can serve hundreds, even thousands simultaneously. When you know how to scale the value produced within 1 hour, your earnings will no longer be confined by the number of hours in a day. This is the ultimate leverage that propels you out of the exhausting labor trap and into the realm of unlimited growth. The simplest way to multiply time is by changing your service model. If you used to teach one student, now teach 10 at once. If you sold products directly, now sell online to thousands. If you coached individuals, now create programs to coach thousands simultaneously. The essence of multiplying time is maximizing the impact of a single effort across the widest possible audience. This strategic shift transforms each unit of time from a one-time transaction into an endlessly replicable value delivery system. It is the only true way to shatter the physical limits of labor. Beyond group service models, producing digital products is a masterstroke in time multiplication. A single creation can be sold endlessly without requiring additional time per transaction. Books, online courses, videos, software, digital assets. These are vehicles that turn 1 hour of effort into perpetual revenue streams. When your products continue to deliver value even while you sleep, you have transcended the traditional work-for-money exchange. You have built a machine that harvests the power of time at scale, freeing you from the shackles of linear income. Another key secret is bundling services and products together to amplify each transaction's value. Instead of selling standalone services, add resources, equipment, or digital bonuses. In doing so, you not only scale the value packed into each sale, but also increase your average income per customer. The more value you accumulate in a single transaction, the greater your leverage over time. True mastery lies in creating combinations that maximize what you deliver without proportionally increasing your personal effort. This is the art of compressing time to generate exponential returns. Once you maximize the value of your own time, the next step is to buy the time of others. When 1 hour of your effort generates high income, you can hire others to handle lower value tasks. You then focus exclusively on activities that create the highest returns. This forms the foundation of the compound time interest model, where value multiplies continuously without being bottlenecked by your individual output. Those who understand how to buy time from others wisely dominate the game of wealth creation over the long term. Multiplying time is not just a financial strategy, it is a freedom strategy. Once you break free from exchanging hours for dollars, you reclaim precious bandwidth for creativity, leadership, and personal growth. Extra time allows you to see broader perspectives, strategize further ahead, and build greater empires. The wealthy are not merely rich in assets, they are rich in discretionary time, the kind of time that enables real impact. Mastering the multiplication of time is the gateway to both personal freedom and limitless opportunity. To start multiplying your time, you must first identify a core skill that can be scaled. It might be expertise, experience, a solution, or a form of knowledge you possess. Ask yourself, how can I deliver this value to many people at once instead of just one by one? How can I turn my knowledge into a product or system that replicates without me? This shift in mindset will unlock possibilities you had never previously imagined and position you for exponential growth rather than incremental progress. Remember, time multiplication does not happen overnight. It is the cumulative result of investing in systems, products, services, and skills over months and years. But once established, each hour you invest today can yield hundreds, even thousands of value units tomorrow. You will no longer be imprisoned by the 24-hour limit. You will have cracked the code to wealth, freedom, and legacy building. Start today. Invest your time as if building a time factory, one that keeps producing wealth for you long after you step away from the workbench. Common mistakes in valuing time. The first major mistake many people make is valuing time based solely on immediate monetary cost. When faced with choices, they ask, which is cheaper, instead of which saves more time. Because of this mindset, they trap themselves in small, short-term decisions, optimizing for minor financial savings while sacrificing irreplaceable hours. Every cheap decision that drains your time silently compounds into a life of limitations. To build real wealth, you must replace the outdated standard of money saving with the superior standard of time saving. Your future depends on it more than you realize. Many people believe that saving a few $100s a month is a financial victory. Yet they fail to see the hidden cost: hundreds of hours wasted each year. Hours that could have been used to learn new skills, grow networks, or build long-term income streams. The mentality of saving money while wasting time is the silent killer of financial prosperity. It traps countless individuals in perpetual scarcity because they value small cash savings over massive opportunities to accelerate personal growth and wealth creation. Another common mistake is assuming all working hours are equally valuable. In reality, 1 hour spent in strategic creation or skill development is worth hundreds of hours of repetitive labor. If you cannot distinguish between golden hours and dust hours, you will pour your energy into activities that bring no true advancement. The result is exhaustion without progress, busyness without elevation. Winners selectively protect and amplify their highest value hours. Losers scatter their best energy on low-impact tasks without ever questioning their long-term cost. Many pride themselves on their do-it-yourself mentality to save money. They shop, cook, clean, fix things, believing they're being wise. But while saving a few $100s, they spend dozens or hundreds of hours monthly on low-return activities. The hidden trap is this: you sacrifice high-value time. Time that could have been used to build skills, scale businesses, or cultivate life-changing relationships. Saving pennies while losing fortunes in opportunity cost is a silent tragedy unfolding in the lives of those who never recalibrate their valuation of time. Few people realize that time carries enormous opportunity cost. Every hour spent shopping for bargains, cooking, cleaning, or mindlessly scrolling is an hour stolen from higher pursuits: learning, networking, innovating, building wealth. When your hours are buried under trivial tasks, so is your potential. Successful individuals relentlessly audit how they invest their hours. Before committing, they ask, will this action advance my long-term goals, or merely satisfy a short-term urge? That one question alone distinguishes builders of empires from prisoners of mediocrity. Another deadly trap is chasing small savings while missing out on big opportunities. The wise understand that it is foolish to spend an hour chasing a coupon discount when that same hour could be used to create new income streams. Saving a few dollars pales in comparison to earning thousands through business, investments, or mastery of a high-value skill. Those who constantly optimize for minor savings live in a reactive world. Those who optimize for maximizing time leverage build worlds of their own design. The most profound mistake in valuing time is failing to realize that doing nothing is still a form of time loss. Every idle, unfocused hour is not neutral. It is a deduction from your life's asset base. Time flows whether you act or not. Those who procrastinate, drift, or delay decision-making are stealthily robbing themselves of future success. True masters treat time not as something to kill, but as something to harness with vigilance. Mastery over your destiny begins with radical mastery over how you spend every passing moment. If you want to break free, you must recalibrate your time valuation at a higher level. Stop measuring actions by how much money they save. Start measuring them by how much future value they generate. Set a standard. Each hour of my life must create at least X value. With this standard in place, your spending habits, work choices, and even your daily routines will transform. When time becomes your primary currency and you demand high returns on every hour invested, your life will ascend to a level few ever reach. The harsh truth about high-performance time use. Among the successful do not merely see time as a precious resource. They treat every second as pure gold to be fiercely protected. They do not leave any gaps in their schedule without clear purpose. Every minute is a brick laid in the construction of something monumental. There are no accidents in achievement, only ruthless optimization of every fragment of time. The efficiency of time usage is the ultimate metric for one's capacity to succeed and dominate in their chosen field. Time is not a casual commodity, it is the engine of transformation. The schedules of the successful leave no room for procrastination or spontaneity. Every meeting, work session, and even rest period is calculated and prepared beforehand. There is no idle scrolling, no random distractions, no mindless activity. Discipline with time is discipline with destiny. When you control each hour of your day, you are also steering the course and velocity of your success. The calendar is not just a tool for the successful, It is their shield against chaos and mediocrity. Another brutal truth is that successful people eliminate as many trivial decisions as possible each day. They automate habits, minimize choices on insignificant matters like what to eat or wear, and reserve their cognitive energy for crucial strategic decisions. By cutting off dozens of minor choices, they protect their mental resources for battles that truly matter. This is why they can make decisions faster, better, and with greater impact than the average person who dissipates their energy on the inconsequential. High-performance time use is not about working more hours, but about working the right hours, doing the right things at the right intensity. The successful rank tasks by their value and prioritize relentlessly. High-value activities come first. Low-impact tasks are delegated, deferred, or eliminated. This strategic allocation allows them to produce exponentially greater results within the same 24 hours that others waste. True greatness is not built by more effort. It is built by smarter, more strategic exertion of time and energy. To the successful, every second is an opportunity to either generate massive value or to lose it forever. A pointless meeting, an aimless conversation, or an hour of uncontrolled scrolling is seen as a catastrophic loss. They never kill time because they understand that killing time is murdering future opportunities. Every second is deployed like an arrow shot straight toward a worthy target. There is no room for casualness when the cost of delay is your own destiny slipping through your fingers. Successful individuals are hypersensitive to anything that disrupts their flow. An unplanned message, an unexpected call, or a non-urgent email is not tolerated casually. They design their working environment like a fortress, protecting their focus, because they know even a few minutes of interruption can destroy the momentum painstakingly built for peak productivity. Defending attention is a non-negotiable skill in the world of high performers. Without it, even the strongest ambition crumbles under the avalanche of micro-distractions. The successful also optimize their rest with the same seriousness they apply to work. Sleep, exercise, and meditation are not luxuries. They are strategic investments into maintaining the engine that drives performance. Rest is not wasted time. It is the sharpening of the sword. Those who master the art of recovery can sustain peak output for years, while others burn out and collapse. Balance between effort and renewal is not weakness. It is the secret armor of those who build enduring empires. The greatest difference between the successful and the average is not talent, it is mastery of time utilization. The average person lets time drift away unconsciously. The successful person commands time like a general commanding an army. When you upgrade how you spend every minute, you upgrade the trajectory of your entire life. Success is not a miracle. It is the inevitable result of mastering the economics of time in a world that squanders it recklessly. Tools for mastering and multiplying time. Mastering time is not just about writing down a list of tasks. It is the art of controlling every heartbeat you live. Those who master time do not wait for motivation to act. They establish systems to manage each minute and hour to ensure maximum value creation. Using the right tools for time management transforms you from a person dragged by life's current into an architect of your own future. Every action becomes intentional. Every hour becomes a building block toward unstoppable momentum. Time mastery is destiny mastery. The most powerful tool is the time journal. Recording every hour of your day reveals hidden leaks, those meaningless gaps you would otherwise overlook. When you see precisely how your hours vanish, excuses evaporate. Brutal honesty emerges. A time journal is a mirror reflecting whether you are constructing your dreams or demolishing them. True self-awareness about time use is not comfortable, but it is necessary for anyone who seeks to ascend beyond mediocrity into realms of peak performance and fulfillment. Keeping a time journal should be done hourly. Every 60 minutes, record both your intended plan and your actual results. This does more than control, it trains mindfulness within every action. Time stops slipping away invisibly, and instead stands in clear view under the spotlight of awareness. With each hour logged, you will sharpen your ability to adjust, optimize, and improve. Those who consistently keep a time journal for even a few months witness dramatic transformations in their effectiveness and inner discipline. In addition to journaling, scheduling specific time blocks for each task is essential. Every important activity must have a clear start and end time. Instead of maintaining a chaotic to-do list, anchor your tasks firmly into your calendar. When timeframes are locked, you eliminate the room for procrastination. Structured scheduling is the silent weapon behind disciplined execution. It turns wishful thinking into committed action. Those who control their calendar control the pace and direction of their life's mission. A golden rule of time mastery is categorizing tasks by their true value. Tasks that generate high income, major impact, or strategic growth must be treated as sacred. Tasks that are trivial, low return, or easily outsourced should be deprioritized or delegated. Not all tasks deserve your energy. The one who chooses their battles wisely conserves resources and wins wars that others cannot even begin. High-performance living demands ruthless discernment about what deserves your time and what deserves your polite rejection. Applying the 4 golden steps will supercharge your time control immediately. Step 1. Capture all tasks the moment they arise. Step 2. Classify tasks clearly, essential, optional, or unnecessary. Step 3. Schedule essential tasks during your peak performance hours. Step 4. Delegate tasks that can be handled by others and use reminders for follow-ups. Following this process daily upgrades your life's operating system. You shift from surviving tasks reactively to dominating them strategically. Efficiency becomes your default, not a temporary state. Multiplying time starts with systematizing recurring activities. Turn repetitive tasks into automated processes. Standardize procedures. Build support teams. The goal is liberation. Free yourself from manual repetition so you can focus on high-value activities. Successful individuals do not work harder by piling on tasks. They build systems where each input produces multiple outputs without their constant involvement. Scaling your life requires scaling how you manage time and energy. Systems are the bridges between effort and empire. Tools for mastering time do more than boost productivity. They awaken true autonomy. When you control time, you gain freedom. The freedom to choose meaningful goals, to pursue passions fully, to invest yourself into the things that matter most. Life no longer feels like a chaotic series of reactions. It becomes a grand symphony, orchestrated by your conscious intent. Mastering time is not merely about working faster. It is about living on purpose, every hour, every day, without exception. Shifting decision-making standards from money to time. One of the greatest mistakes people make is using money as their primary standard for decision-making instead of time. When faced with a choice, they instinctively ask, which is cheaper, instead of which saves more time. This mindset traps them in small, short-term victories that cost them their most precious asset. True freedom begins when you shift your decision-making from cost to time leverage. Those who prioritize saving time over saving money set themselves on a path to accelerated growth and unstoppable success. Take housing choices as an example. Those who prioritize saving money will choose a place farther from work to save on rent. But they spend hours commuting, draining energy, and losing opportunities to network, learn, or rest. Those who prioritize saving time choose proximity, knowing that every hour saved compounds into higher productivity and greater life satisfaction. Saving a few dollars while wasting hundreds of hours is a hidden tragedy that quietly locks potential away forever. Another typical scenario is deciding between cooking at home and ordering food. If judged by money alone, home cooking appears cheaper. But once you factor in the time for grocery shopping, preparation, cooking, and cleaning, the real cost skyrockets. For a small monetary difference, you sacrifice 2 to 3 hours daily that could be invested in learning, building, or self-renewal. The successful understand that money can be earned repeatedly, but wasted time is a loss without recovery. When you adopt time as your core standard, your entire framework of choices changes. You begin to outsource low-value tasks. You embrace tools and services that compress time. You stop wasting energy on bargain hunting and start investing hours into strategic activities that multiply your long-term returns. Shifting your decision-making foundation from money to time is not about reckless spending. It is about consciously reallocating your finite resource, time, toward its highest value use. Switching decision-making from money-based to time-based does not mean becoming careless with finances. It means evaluating every expenditure through the lens of time saved and future returns generated. If a tool, service, or solution saves hundreds of hours annually and frees you to pursue higher-value goals, it is not a cost, it is a strategic investment. The wealthy understand this deeply. They willingly pay premiums for speed, efficiency, and time multiplication because they know the compounding effect is priceless. This principle extends to job choices as well. A job that pays a higher salary but demands brutal overtime, sacrifices health, and robs family time may ultimately cost more than it offers. A lower-paying job that grants stable hours, leaving room for personal projects, skill development, and well-being can open far greater long-term wealth and fulfillment. Every employment choice should not just ask, how much does it pay, but how much quality time does it allow me to build my future? The standard of time-based thinking also applies to consumption, education, and entertainment. Choose courses that deliver knowledge efficiently, even if they cost more. Buy durable goods that save maintenance time rather than the cheapest option. Select recreation activities that genuinely rejuvenate rather than simply kill time. When time becomes your measuring stick, you transcend consumer habits and step into the mindset of strategic living. Every decision becomes a chess move toward an intentional future. Shifting from a money-first to a time-first mentality is a quantum leap in your journey toward wealth. When you regard time as your primary asset, you automatically make faster, smarter, and more strategic decisions. Money can be lost and regained. Time, once lost, is gone forever. Those who value time above all else do not merely survive in the world, they reshape it. They invest each hour into the kind of future that compels the world to take notice. Let your life be driven not by what is cheap, but by what is priceless. Avoiding the time black holes. Mastering self-discipline. Time black holes are invisible traps that devour hours from your life without you even realizing it. A quick scroll through social media, a random video binge, or mindless shopping all seem harmless at first, but quietly stretch into major time drains. Those who fail to recognize time black holes inevitably lose their most valuable resource without a fight. If you do not spot them early, your days, and eventually your dreams, will be consumed by invisible thefts masked as harmless indulgences. Understanding how time black holes operate is the first step to defeating them. They exploit human nature's craving for easy dopamine and avoidance of difficult tasks. The brain, wired to seek quick rewards, pulls you into low-effort activities that offer no meaningful value. Mindless scrolling, gossiping, casual browsing, these become the default behaviors that gradually drain your energy and destroy your focus. Awareness of this manipulation is critical if you are serious about protecting your future. The survival skill against time black holes is building an uncompromising system of self-discipline. You must set clear objectives for every hour, create non-negotiable boundaries around entertainment, and fiercely stick to them. Unscheduled time will always be devoured by distractions. Successful people do not merely make plans, they commit to them with unbreakable resolve. Discipline is the fortress wall guarding your mission from the ceaseless assault of trivial temptations. Without it, all intentions collapse into meaningless busyness. An effective method to escape time black holes is applying the principle of block first, control later. Disable unnecessary notifications. Use apps that restrict social media usage during focus hours. Block distracting websites if needed. Never rely on willpower alone. Engineer your environment so that concentration becomes the default and distraction requires effort. Eliminating triggers before they arise protects your precious focus energy, enabling deep work sessions that forge extraordinary results from ordinary hours. Using the Pomodoro technique is another powerful weapon. Work deeply for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. Repeat. This time-boxing method forces intensity within short sprints, leaving little room for aimless drift. The ticking clock transforms vague working into laser-focused action. Pomodoro practice not only boosts output, but also trains your mind to associate limited time with purposeful performance. Over time, focused intensity becomes a muscle, one that crushes procrastination and multiplies achievement. One of the most dangerous lies is, "I'll just scroll for a minute." That first minute opens the floodgate. Social media, entertainment apps, and endless feeds are deliberately designed to hijack attention for as long as possible. Once you step into the vortex, hours evaporate without notice. Understand, the battle is won or lost at the first decision point. Resist the first pull, and you prevent a cascade of wasted time. Lose the first second, and you risk losing the entire day. To defeat time black holes, you must train yourself to act consciously rather than react impulsively. Before opening an app or beginning any activity, pause and ask, what am I doing? What is the purpose? Does this move me closer to my goals? This moment of awareness shifts you from autopilot to commander of your time. Every micro decision, every moment of intentionality reclaims power over your life and guards your path toward extraordinary success. Recognizing and eliminating time black holes does more than save hours. It rebuilds your self-trust. Every time you resist a distraction and stay aligned with your plan, you reinforce belief in your own strength. Mastery over time leads not only to financial and career success, but also to deep personal freedom. When you command your time, you command your destiny. Let every moment count. Build your empire minute by minute. Defend your focus as if your dreams depended on it, because they do. Long-term time investment strategies. Long-term time investment is the fundamental principle behind building enduring success. Unlike spending time for immediate gratification, investing time requires patience, vision, and the ability to delay rewards. Every hour you dedicate today to learning new skills, building systems, or personal growth is a seed planted for a future, abundant harvest. Those who consistently invest their time wisely accumulate overwhelming advantages that compound over years. Time, invested strategically, becomes the most powerful force for lasting transformation. The common mistake many make is demanding immediate returns for every hour spent. If they do not see quick results, they abandon the effort. But real achievements take time to ferment. Time investment is like building the foundation of a skyscraper. It takes months of unseen work before anything rises above ground. Those who understand this principle stay patient during the silent seasons, knowing that invisible progress is accumulating beneath the surface, preparing them for future leaps. One of the highest return areas for long-term time investment is self-education. Mastering a new language, acquiring a high-value skill, reading hundreds of deep books, none deliver instant gratification. But over a year, 2 years, 5 years, the difference becomes monumental. Expertise and knowledge, forged through consistent daily investment, are the keys that unlock extraordinary opportunities. Those who build intellectual capital steadily will find themselves far ahead when the tides of opportunity rise. Building meaningful relationships is another form of time investment with immeasurable returns. Genuine conversations, sincere connections, and acts of service require time and patience to nurture. Strong networks are not bought. They are built through consistent, thoughtful engagement over years. Those who invest their time into cultivating relationships will eventually possess a support system, opportunity pipeline, and influence web that no amount of money could ever purchase. Strategic relationships amplify every future move. Investing time into building income-generating assets is another strategic move. Time spent learning about investments, creating side businesses, or setting up passive income streams may not yield immediate returns. But over time, these assets work for you, even when you sleep. The truly wealthy understand, earning active income is merely the beginning. Investing time today to create systems that generate money without constant labor is the bridge to financial freedom and exponential growth. Long-term time investment also means embracing temporary loneliness. While others chase entertainment and instant pleasures, you will spend your nights studying, building, and refining. You will be different, and that difference will sometimes feel isolating. But solitude during seasons of construction is not a curse. It is a blessing. The mountaintop is rarely crowded. Those willing to endure short-term discomfort to invest in their future will one day stand where others only dream of reaching. One major challenge in long-term time investment is maintaining motivation without immediate rewards. The solution lies in setting milestone goals, celebrating small wins, and focusing on progress rather than perfection. Tracking incremental improvements keeps the fire alive, even when the end result remains distant. Those who learn to fall in love with the process, not just the prize, develop an unstoppable resilience. They are the ones who eventually achieve extraordinary breakthroughs, while others quit halfway. Long-term time investment is the ultimate commitment you make to your future self. It is not the work of a week or a month, but the compounded power of years of dedication. Those who plant seeds patiently, even when no visible growth occurs, are the ones who reap forests of success. Trust the process. Keep sowing, building, learning, and connecting. When the harvest finally arrives, it will be so abundant that even your former self will be astounded at how far you have come. 10. The final picture. Time determines destiny. Looking back on the entire journey, one truth stands clear. Time is not just a resource, it is the blueprint of destiny. Every small decision about how you spend your minutes silently shapes who you will become in 5-10 years. Those who control their time control their future. Those who waste it, no matter how talented, inevitably forfeit their greatest opportunities. Mastering time is not optional for greatness. It is the bedrock upon which every lasting achievement is built. Time does not favor the rich or the poor, the smart or the average. Everyone is granted 24 hours a day. The real difference lies in how each person uses them. Successful people invest every minute into growth, building value, and advancing their missions. The unsuccessful scatter their minutes into fleeting pleasures and trivial pursuits. The chasm between glory and regret is carved by the daily, unconscious decisions about where each second flows. No one can buy more time. You cannot borrow it. You cannot hoard it. You can only spend it wisely or lose it forever. It is not about how much time you have, but how much value you extract from it. The wealthy and the free are not given extra hours. They simply command the hours they are given with ruthless precision. When you begin to see each minute as precious currency, you step into a new realm of power over your life. Busy work is the silent killer of dreams. Being busy does not mean you are being productive. Activity without direction is a treadmill to nowhere. The successful are not merely busy. They are selective. They know what deserves their energy and what does not. They guard their focus ferociously. They choose battles that matter. They wield time like a blade, slicing away distractions and sharpening their impact. Excellence is not achieved by doing more. It is achieved by doing what matters most with relentless focus. Every major success story is the harvest of countless wise time investments made daily over years. Mastery, fortune, influence, all are the fruit of patient, disciplined sowing of minutes into the right fields. There is no shortcut, no hack, only the timeless equation. Disciplined use of time equals inevitable greatness. Each golden achievement you admire was once a seed planted in the soil of daily commitment. If you want a future that astounds the world, you must start by respecting each day's quiet minutes. Time is the only truly fair measure in existence. You cannot steal it, you cannot trick it, you cannot escape it. Time will either become your fiercest ally or your most brutal judge. Every day you waste is a day you cannot get back. Every hour misused compounds into regrets. Every moment seized compounds into victories. In the end, your destiny is simply the sum total of how you managed or mismanaged your days, hours, and minutes. How you value your time sets the ceiling for your success. If you see an hour as worth a few dollars, you will stay trapped in low-leverage labor forever. If you see an hour as worth thousands, you will strive to elevate every action to match that valuation. Time respect creates self-respect. Those who demand high returns on their hours rise naturally into positions of power, influence, and abundance. Those who treat time casually are left behind before they even realize a race was happening. Starting today, dare to put time above everything else. Guard it ruthlessly. Spend it intentionally. Invest it wisely. Refuse to let anyone or anything cheapen your minutes. Each hour lived with purpose is a building block for an extraordinary future. Each careless moment is a crack in your foundation. Time is destiny. Master your time, and you will not just live, you will leave a legacy. Build your empire, one precious minute at a time. Time is not just a living resource, it is the foundation upon which destiny is built. The true victors are not those who work the hardest, but those who transform every second into powerful leverage. When you refuse to waste time, prioritize long-term investment, and master the art of multiplying hours, your life will step into an unstoppable orbit. Time is the only asset that cannot be borrowed or bought back. Use every minute with strategy, discipline, and vision, because ultimately, the way you manage time today will either become the verdict or the reward for the future you are striving for. Master time, and you will master everything. Waste time, and you surrender your kingdom before it is ever built.